We're going to talk to Tim this Friday, city engineer. We've got some powwow, some issues going on Broadway again. Yesterday they mixed the cement wrong for sidewalk, but we're going to check out here and see that some of the rumors that we're getting are also true. Inform TV, we've got state people everywhere on Broadway today, this Friday. But we've got some activity going, but whether it's positive or negative, we're going to try to find that out here from City Engineer Tim in just a little bit. You see we got Markley Excavations bringing some gravel in, or fill, whatever, and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this issue today, as we have a lot of people standing around and not a whole lot of people working other than Mark Lee's crew. This is a big powwow we're having today. We're going to try to get these guys. It looks like Celine, looks like the cement guy, and our city engineer Tim. So hopefully we're going to get some answers here pretty damn quick. And as you can see, we also got a fresh patch in the brand new concrete on Broadway as well as some problems with sidewalk coloring that we're going to ask him about as well. Now we got our city engineer covered up with two contractors there, and it's like at least three MnDOT people, and so hopefully we're going to get some answers here before too long on what the Sam heck is going on with this project in downtown Alexandria.
You're watching Inform TV, Alexandria, Minnesota.
We're in downtown Alexandria, Tim. We hear there were some issues with just coloring some sidewalk on Thursday. Now over my shoulder there looks like there's a 6x6 patch or something in some of the new concrete, as well as there's rumors going around town. There's some issues with some of the lanes out there that may have to be redone or anything like that. What's all going on? State workers surveying and all that kind of thing. So kind of give us an update.
Sure. The state workers, you know, it's a city-state partnership project, and so those guys have been down quite a bit all the time, and so we've got guys down here again from MnDOT, and we're happy to have them. They're great guys. They do a really good job. They're great partners. So whenever they come down to help, we're really glad to see them. A lot of really good stuff going today. They're pouring sidewalk. Across the road there, Mark Lee is putting in some growth medium for where the trees go. It's kind of like a beehive here. Lots and lots of activity. The little patch, it was just they missed a valve, so they just had to cut that out and fix that. Colored concrete is going in. There's 3 different colors. I think they're doing the red today. They did the brown the day before. So that's really going pretty well.
What about some elevation or a lane problem? That rumor's buzzing. Is there any issues with some of these lanes?
Well, there's a lot of rumors. There's some elevations on the outside lane of the parking, or outside elevation of the parking lane that we're looking at right now. And it's possible that we're going to have to make some adjustments to some of the panels. We're working on that right now. We're working with the contractor and figuring that out.
Potentially jackhammering some of them out?
It could be. We'll have to see what the solutions are, but if they have to be removed, then what they'll do is they'll saw cut them in and jackhammer them out.
Are we talking issues 100 feet long, 200 feet long, one city block and not another? What are you thinking?
There are no issues north of 5th at all. And south of 5th, we don't know yet. We're kind of working those out.
So that's the potential problems that they're studying today as far as, just wait a second.
Yeah.
The issues they're studying today then, that relates to issues with potential concrete and elevation from 5th north?
Yeah, what we're doing is we're just checking some of the panel elevations along the parking lane to make sure that those are right. And we'll just work with the contractor to get that.
So it's mainly out on the parking lane, not in the traffic lanes?
The traffic lanes all seem to be just right.
Just right. It's the stuff that was put in for on the parking side. Is it one side of the street, east or west, or are there issues at both sides?
Yeah, well, we're trying to figure out what the extent is, and if there is an issue, how big it is. and then what we'll do with it. We're kind of working on that right now.
Will you have an answer for us this afternoon, you think, later?
It's hard to know, but I'll have an answer within at least a couple of days.
Okay, real good. Thanks, Tim, for taking time.
Thanks.
We've got the cutter guy back, so we'll see what happens. From TV, we're out on Broadway here about 5 o'clock. As you see, they did get some sidewalk open on the 500 block here, heading north, so shoppers, you can come on down. But my sources are also telling me that it's quite likely they're going to cut out some of this parking lane stuff, maybe a block or two, one side for sure, maybe both. So we're going to try to get a hold of Tim, the engineer. I've been talking to state guys, and obviously this project, in my view, is at the point in time when the state needs to take it over and get the job done. This is Highway 29. This isn't a city development project, and a lot of blame to go around. I'm not blaming any of them, but in particular, but obviously with the issues we've had in concrete on this project to date, it is a disgrace, and the state needs to step in and get some people here and start doing watching on an hour-by-hour basis. We'll see what we can find out from the city engineer. Well, I did get the word on the 500 block here on Broadway here. You see the red marks there. Something to do about the concrete elevation, whatever. They're going to be cutting off out the parking lane. You see the red marks here. Everything to the east of this, both the curb and gutters going out as well as the parking lane, is going to be removed. And I did see the cutting truck go by, and then we'll go on the other side, and a similar thing over there. But Alan Repke reporting on additional problems on the Broadway project here in downtown Alexandria.
You're watching Inform TV, Alexandria, Minnesota.
Now we're on the west side of the 500 block, and you can see they did kind of a slot in this concrete. Tim, he gave me a little explanation on it, but I'm not quite sure what he meant. But I'm on the 500 block now, and you can see the marking lines are put up there, that this as well is not on the right elevation, that type of thing, and they haven't put the curb and gutter in here yet, but as you can see, the marks from competent source that didn't want to go on camera said it's going to be at least 75 yards of concrete that's going to be replaced probably Monday, and hopefully it'll be cut off here. But you can see this is the parking lane on the west side, and they've already got a preliminary mark, and if my little piece there will show that the cutting machine is back in town. So Alan Repke reporting on a job site that is becoming kind of a nightmare, and needs some new supervision, in this reporter's view, that's been around a lot of projects in his day. So it's probably better than ever. Come on down and see what's going on here. We've one thing they did do is they've got the sidewalks open again on both sides. It's obviously gravel, but I still encourage you to come on and support the businesses on the 500 block here that have some issues, and hopefully are going to finally get resolved and get this project rolling and keep rolling. Now we'll give you a little idea what your future sidewalk is going to look like in downtown Alexandria here on the 400 block, and as the colors and some of the open area is starting to be exposed, and just give you a little thought process that way, and you can see how wide this is, and obviously I would think you'd be able to come down tomorrow and walk on this. And so I encourage you to come down and look at the project where it seems endless problems, but hopefully they'll eventually get it taken care of. The issue, I double checked with my sources on that 500 block up there, and for whatever reason they didn't get the right angle on that to move the water over to the curb and the storm sewer like it was supposed to be. And when I looked at it with my camera, I got a pretty good level approach, did a lot of water drainage tile and that kind of thing in my day, and it looked awful flat to me, and probably shows on my camera angle it's flat as well. Just the angle to get the water to move where it's supposed to appears one of the major issues, and who knows what else. But just trying to give you an idea of the issues on Broadway here in downtown Alexandria, but make sure you get downtown to support the local businesses that are paying a price for whatever's going on down here, other than what should be, of course. So we'll try to do a follow-up as well, and still trying to get in charter, but City Hall looks like they're going to continue to block me that way, unfortunately. But censorship is a great power, and the people I need to be talking to can't get this message. Just in case you don't believe me, as you can see, folks, on Friday afternoon, I look like it's getting towards 6 o'clock now. I don't have a watch, can't afford a battery for it, but you can see they're cutting off the parking lane on the west side here of the 500 block. They've already started there and did a nice stretch already. So this whole side is going to go off. And the same thing goes on the other side where there's curb and gutters. The curb and gutters wrong. There is elevation problems with moving the water, as well as too high that they bring water into the storefronts themselves, I'm told. And so it's project headed by a lot of chiefs and not a single good Indian the way it looks. And it's just sad. Alan Rescue reporting on more destruction of freshly poured concrete in downtown Alexandria. Just another angle of what's going off. Everything to the dark side, the store side here, people are going off, and what I showed you before on the west side with the new curb and gutter there, that's going off with another chunk of concrete this size as well. Alan Repke reporting.